guys, I have a decluttering video today to share. I actually mentioned a little while back somewhere in one of my videos, I can't remember which one, but that I had purged a whole bunch more of my makeup. And what had happened actually is I did that and then I realized people really like those videos of watching you declutter collections, especially like beauty stuff. So confession, I put everything back and then I filmed it because I wanted you to see my decluttering. I have really pared my, looking back even a couple of years ago at the amount of makeup I had to what I have now, it's really a huge difference. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that I wear makeup every day now. I've settled into an everyday face and it's just a basic products that I use every day, and I really barely touch most of the rest of my beauty products. I think when I wore makeup less frequently, I was more interested in playing around and using different products and doing different things, and also I had a little bit more time to like play with makeup before becoming a mom. And since then I have just really wanted to wear makeup every day, but it's a very easy, it's a 10-minute face, that's all I do. It's still like a lot of things that I put on my face, but it's basic stuff and I wear it every day and I just don't reach for the other things anymore. And it's just taking up, it's just wasting space and it's wasting products. And a lot of the things, especially lipsticks, I haven't worn a lipstick in over a year. And looking at my collection, I knew that some of those lipsticks in there were more than 3 years old. And that's kind of, I don't know if you really want to, save lipstick that long. If you wear it often and if you feel comfortable with it, go ahead. Personally, I felt a little weirded out by how old some of the lipstick was, and also the fact that I haven't picked up one tube of lipstick in like 18, 20 months. Just, to me, it was time to toss most of that, and you'll see that I did. So I actually filmed this and I'm going to kind of talk you through my process with the footage, and then you'll see how I reorganized my vanity to for my new condensed collection. So let's jump right in. So I'm just giving you a before look here. This is the side of this tower vanity set that I have from PB Teen that I've had for a long time, that I keep all my makeup on. And I just pulled out a couple of bins to sort trash or give away. And I went drawer by drawer. So I started at the bottom drawer, which is where I had stored all of my blush and highlighters and bronzers. I got rid of quite a few of these because I realized I only wore a couple of bronzers. I don't wear bronzer every day. It's not one of my everyday face products. So I just kept the couple that I knew I really liked. And the same with the blushes. Like, I've held on to a lot of these for a while now, even when I wasn't sure about them during my last purge a couple of years ago. Because I've really just recently been wearing just a handful of blushes. Like, I wear one that I wear every day. It's a cargo one. You'll see that when I put together in my everyday face drawer. And then that Love Flush palette from Too Faced is great because it has a variety of shades, and I love that blush. So I got rid of quite a bit, but I still kept a variety of things. I wanted to make sure I have some variety on hand for when I want to play, but again, kind of just stripped down to the basics. And then what I decided to do is, while I was cleaning all this out, taking everything out of the containers, I decided to go ahead and just wipe down the containers. They weren't particularly dirty or anything, but I thought when you're doing a project like this, it's a really good time to clean a little bit more thoroughly than you do on a regular basis. So that second drawer I kind of breezed through was my face products that I don't wear every day, but I don't have a lot of them on hand, so I didn't end up purging a lot of those. I did end up purging a lot of my palettes, and this is where I had started my makeup declutter before I decided to film it, and I'd put these palettes back. I realized that when I reach for eyeshadow palettes, which again is not every day, I don't wear powder eyeshadow every day, I wear cream eyeshadow on a daily basis, I only reach for a handful of them. And I actually kept a couple more than I kept a couple that I wasn't quite sure about, but it's one of those things where I wasn't quite ready to get rid of all of them yet. So I was able to get that down by quite a bit. And then this drawer is sort of all my eyeliners and mascaras and things. I don't have a lot of those on hand. I got rid of a bunch of eyeliners that I realized I don't wear a lot. I usually just wear one eyeliner, to be honest. And then the lipsticks was another place, just like the palettes, where I did a huge amount of purging. This is probably where I got rid of the most. I ended up just tossing most of this because most of these lipsticks were very, very, they were more than a couple of years old. And I honestly have not worn lipstick in a very, very long time. It's just not something that I wear even when I get glammed up. So I kept a few, and we'll see if I don't wear them by the end of the year, my deal to myself is that I will purge those as well. And the same with the lip glosses. I really only reach for a handful of those on any given day, and a bunch of them were older, and it was just time to part with them. I do like my lip crayons. A few of those I did toss because I don't like them as much. I kept the ones that I always reach for. So you can see I really got this down to a very manageable amount too. The brushes for me was the hardest part to purge through because it's the only makeup thing I have that never is going to go bad, right? You can't, brushes don't expire. So I found this the most difficult to purge through. There's one little cup that I have maybe 10 or so brushes in that I use not every day, but they're my favorite brushes, and I use a few of those every day, but I use most of those more often. And those other 3 cups that have more brushes in them that I'm hemming and hawing over here, you can see me, I don't use those really at all. But this was a much pared down collection from before when I said I did my last purge, and I pared that down quite a bit to this, and then I pared it down a little bit more. But again, I'm finding it a little bit difficult to let go of some of those because they don't go bad, and I don't know if at some point down the line I'm going to want to use something different and swap in and out of the collection. So there's probably a lot more work that could be done in the brushes, but I'm pretty happy with these, what happens. So the left there is all garbage, and the right is all things I'm gonna give away to family and friends if they're interested. So you can see I completely emptied the bottom 2 drawers. The 3rd drawer up, I have combined all of my powder eyeshadow, so palettes and smaller palettes, quads and things like that, with all of my highlighters and blushes and bronzers that I have left in my collection, which are on the right side there. So everything, this is all powder products, and they fit very nicely in there. That's that Too Faced blush palette. Fits right in the front there. This is basically my extra face drawer. On the right there is some cream eyeshadow and eyeliner products I don't use every day, and then foundations and powders and things that I don't use every day, but I like to have on hand. This is the drawer I'm most excited about. It's my everyday face drawer. These are the products I wear on a daily basis, especially in the right 2 compartments there. My favorite blush, my favorite powder, I use that little beauty blender to blend in my under eye concealer. And then I have my mascara and my cream eyeshadow and my eyeliner. I did end up keeping all of my eyebrow grooming products in there, even though I don't use this on a daily basis, but because I had the room for it. And then the very top drawer is my lip products. Like I said, I just kept a handful of lipsticks and lip glosses, but otherwise everything else went, and I'm really happy with this. It's a big difference, isn't it? I mean, I really got rid of a lot. This is all makeup that I think I can offer to friends and family because it's still in good condition. If they don't want it, then it's, it might be time to toss. It's all powder products that are, relatively new, and some brushes and things. So I will see if people I know in my life are interested in those. I know I'm gonna get questions about giving them to viewers. I just don't feel comfortable giving beauty products that I've used away to people I don't personally know. I don't feel comfortable with that, so I'm sorry about that. I tossed any eyeliner, any lip product, and any powder product that I thought was more than a couple of years old, just for sanitary reasons. But I got rid of more than half of what remained of my beauty collection from the last time I purged it down by 50%, which was a couple of years ago when I was like knee deep in the KonMari method. And even now, I've kept a few things that I'm like not so sure about. The ones I can name off the top of my head, the It Cosmetics palette and That Laura Mercier palette I really only kept because I like a few of the purple shades in it, and I don't have purple shades anywhere else in my collection. And once in a while I feel like wearing purple eyeshadow. On an everyday basis, I don't wear powder eyeshadow at all. I use cream eyeshadow sticks. So that was one thing I kept. A couple of the blushes, I'm just going to see if I don't use these things by the end of the year, they're going to go. That's sort of my deal to myself. And like, I think I have six lipsticks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 6 lipsticks left. That's another thing. If I don't use any of those by the end of the year, they're gonna go. And those are just my absolute favorites in a variety of tones. A couple of deeper berry tones. I don't have anything like that in case I want to get clammed up at the holidays or something, but it's very seldom that I use those things. One of my favorite parts of doing this project and the reorganization that followed was making my everyday makeup drawer. This is my vanity, obviously. I sit here every day to put my face on. It's my 10-minute face is what I call it. It's the last thing I do before I go in to pick up Charlotte for the morning. She gets up at 7. So I'm usually like showering and all that in the morning, and then I come in here at 6:50. I sit down, put my makeup on, and I go get Charlotte. And having all of that makeup in this second drawer down, which is the most like comfortably reachable one for me, is great, because on any given day I won't reach into those other drawers. That's makeup I wear when I'm doing something special, when I'm filming and I want a full face. I don't wear a full face every day. I wear tinted moisturizer. That's part of my skincare routine that I keep in my bathroom. So everything really fit in the drawer really well. The only like bonus things I put in there were my eyebrow pencils and my like extra eyebrow things, like my grooming things. I don't necessarily use those every day, but I kind of just wanted to keep them together, and I had the space for it. But I think that's nice to make like an everyday face drawer or area if you don't, you know, change up your look on a frequent basis. But anyway, this was so much fun for me, and I'm happy I decided to put everything back. I hadn't actually pulled everything out yet, but I had started pulling palettes out, eyeshadow palettes, because I got rid of a lot of those. I think I pulled out like almost a dozen eyeshadow palettes. Maybe not quite that many, like 10. And then I put them back because I wanted to film this for you guys, but it's just feels really clean and liberating. I don't know what I'm going to put in those bottom 2 drawers, but I don't need to feel the need to fill them with anything. The rest of this vanity, which is enormous, it's from Pottery Barn, by the way. I don't know if they still sell it. I will link it if they do. It's from Pottery Barn Teen, PB Teen, and I had it painted this dark brown color to match my furniture in here, but you can see it's starting to show some wear and some chipping and stuff, but I love it. It's just enormous, and half of it I use for you know, some jewelry storage, really it's not very full at all at the moment, so it's kind of a big piece of furniture that I'm not really using, but I do really like it, so I think it will stay. But it's a great piece of furniture. I just don't feel the need to fill it up with stuff. And that's sort of a big shift in my thinking about home storage. Is I used to feel like if I had the space to put things in, I need to fill it up with things in them, you know, in my furniture, in my storage spaces. I don't feel that way anymore, and that is huge. That's huge. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope it maybe inspired you to take a look at your beauty collection or someplace else that you think could use a little bit of a sift and sort. And I hope you're all well. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Bye.